Erev Tov Rabotai, we are continuing with our Mishna Yomi, Masechet Nedarim. We are up to Perek Daled Mishnah Aleph. Today's Mishnayot should be Le'elu Nishmat Neria ben Svetlana Ranbai Eliyahu ben Burchai Israelo ben Chana bat Miriam Menuchatam beGan Eden Amen and Avdir ben Chaim Nechaim v'derefua shelema Daniel Shalom ben Rosa betoch Shach Chulei Israel. This chapter deals with someone who was forbidden by a neder to have benefit from another person. This can happen in one of two ways. A, Reuven says to Shimon, your benefit is forbidden to me. B, Shimon says to Reuven, my benefit is forbidden to you. In either case, Reuven may not have any benefit from Shimon's possessions. For the sake of clarity, regardless of who made the neder, we are going to refer to the person who is forbidden to receive benefit as the mudar, and the one from whom benefit is forbidden as the madir. The Mishnah states the differences between someone who is forbidden by neder to have any benefit from another person and someone who is forbidden to have only food-related benefit. And ben amudar anam bechavero, there is no difference between someone who is forbidden by a neder to have benefit from another. Now the person who made the neder did not specify any particular type of benefit, so it included all forms of benefit. Lamudar imenu ma'achal, and someone who is forbidden by neder to have benefit that leads to food from another. Ele drisat haregel v'chelim shenosim b'hem nochel nefesh, except that one who is forbidden to have food-related benefit is allowed to set foot on the other's land and to borrow utensils that are not used for preparing food, while one who is forbidden to receive any benefit may not engage even in these activities. A person who is forbidden to receive food-related benefit from another may not have any benefit from that person's property that can help him to make or buy food. This includes all benefit that has a monetary value, because by gaining such a benefit for free, he saves the money that he would otherwise have paid for it, and he can now use that money to buy food. The only benefits permitted are those that do not have a monetary value, such as walking on the person's land, because one usually does not have to pay for such benefit, and borrowing utensils that are not used in food preparation if they're not usually rented out, and so one would not have to pay for them in any event. However, a person who is prohibited by neder to derive any benefit from another may not engage even in these activities. These two activities then represent the difference between a neder that forbids only food-related benefit and one that forbids any benefit. This is explained by the Rav in Masechet Megillah, chapter 1, Mishnah 6. Based on this, it is clear that the mudar of a food-related neder may only borrow non-food utensils. He may not receive them as a gift, since he could then sell them and use the money to buy food. The Mishnah lists some utensils that are used to prepare food, which are forbidden in both cases, and utensils not used for this purpose, which are permitted in the case of the food-related neder. Hamudar ma'achal mechavero, if someone is forbidden by neder to have benefit that leads to food from another, lo yeshilenu nafar uchvara ve'echaim ve'tanur, the madir may not lend him a sifter which separates fine flour from coarse flour, a sieve which separates chaff from grain, a mill which grinds wheat into flour, or an oven, since all these items are used for preparing food. These utensils are prohibited even though they are used with the food before it is ready to be eaten. Utensils that are used with the final food products, such as pots and roasting spits, are certainly forbidden. Aval mashilo chaluk v'tabat v'talit unzamim, but he may lend him a shirt, a ring, a cloak, and earrings, v'chod davar she'nosim bo ochel nefesh, and anything else that is not used for preparing food. Makom shemaskrin keyotze ben asur, however, in a place where people usually rent items like these, shirt, ring, etc., it is forbidden to lend even them, because with the money the mudar saves by borrowing instead of renting them, he can buy food. Therefore, this is considered a benefit that leads to food, which is forbidden by the neder. That is the end of Mishnah Aleph. Mishnah Bet continues, even when someone is forbidden by neder to receive any benefit from the madir, there are still certain things that the madir may do for him, because although they are helpful, they are not considered benefits under the laws of Nedarim. The next two Mishnayot list some of these permitted activities. We will be doing B'ezrat Hashem B'li Neder Mishnah Bet. Hamudar anam mechavero, if someone is forbidden by a neder to have benefit from another, shokel et shiklo, the madir may pay the mudar's an annual half shekel donation to the temple. Uporeh et chovo, and if he owes someone money, the madir may pay his debt to the lender. In each of these cases, the madir is not giving him money directly, but paying a third party to spare him from a loss, which is permitted. By paying his half shekel or debt, the madir allows the mudar to keep the money he already has, but does not give him any new money. This is not considered a forbidden benefit. This is permitted only if the Madir volunteers to pay the Mudar's half shekel or debt. If, however, the Mudar had asked him to pay these payments, the Madir would be prohibited from doing so because the Madir would then be following the Mudar's instructions, which is considered a benefit. Umarzir lo et avedato. The Madir may also return his lost objects since he is simply giving back what already belonged to him, as the Gemara explains on page 30 TB Masechet Nedarim. And even if the Madir puts effort into returning the lost item, this is not done as a favor to the Mudar, but to fulfill the Madir's mitzvah of returning a lost object, as the Ritba explains. Makom shenodin alea sachar. However, in a case where payment is usually taken for returning a lost object, the benefit payment must be given to the temple treasury. Now, one who finds a lost object is obligated to return it for free and is not allowed to take payment, as Shulchan Aruch discusses in Choshe Mishpat, chapter 265, Halacha 1. However, if he takes time off work to return the object, he is entitled to some compensation, as the Mishnah says in Bamitzeh, chapter 2, Mishnah 9. In the event where payment is usually taken for returning a lost object, like the Mishnah said, the benefit, the payment, must be given to the temple treasury. The Mishnah's case is where both of them, the owner of the lost object and the finder, made a neder not to receive benefit from each other. So although it is permitted to return the lost item, like the Mishnah just taught, the payment for returning it causes a problem. If the owner pays the finder receives forbidden benefit from him, and if the owner does not pay, he receives a forbidden benefit since he gains the free service. They usually cost money. The Mishnah teaches that the money should be given to the temple's treasury so that neither one receives any benefit. Now, the Mishnah does not suggest getting rid of the money in some other way, for example, throwing it into the sea, because the Madir forbade benefit from him as though it were an offering, which is Hekdesh, sacred property of the temple, so it is fitting that the money be given to the temple. That is the Nabotai of today's Mishna Yomi. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen v'amen.